Let's turn it over to the gaming space. Microsoft now saying regulators ignored its offer to make Call of Duty available to rivals as part of its purchase of Activision Blizzard. Yahoo Finance's Dan Howley has the details on this drama. Dan, what do we know?
This is big drama, high drama in the video game world. Basically what's going on here is Microsoft wants to buy Activision Blizzard for $69 billion. It would be Microsoft's largest acquisition to date. The gaming side of their company doesn't make up that much revenue, so you have to figure they're going to be trying to push that very heavily. The reason why they seemingly want Activision Blizzard is twofold. One, because of the game Call of Duty. Activision Blizzard also has other games. They have World of Warcraft, Diablo, big name titles like that. But Call of Duty is the only one that made $1 billion in 10 days. So that's why it's so important. The second reason is because they're trying to build out their gaming subscription service, Game Pass. They have a cloud element to that. Microsoft obviously has huge capabilities with its Azure cloud. And so they already have the technology to go and allow people to play games on any device. The key here is mobile devices. Mobile gaming is obviously the fastest growing as far as revenue and players. People around the world generally don't have game consoles. They have smartphones. If you can get them to play Microsoft games via the cloud on their smartphones, boy, you got a really captive audience right there. Outside of that, Activision Blizzard has King, which makes Candy Crush. So it would really allow them to reach a huge number of gamers around the world that are just untapped. They said that they wanted to go forward with giving PlayStation, Sony 10 years of guarantee to have the next Call of Duty. Right now, those are yearly releases. We don't know if they would continue to allow it yearly releases. The thing that I think was kind of standing out was, would they have allowed it to be on Sony's rival cloud network? And they said they would. So it really comes down to, does the FTC think that this would damage competition? Microsoft says, look, they outsell us like crazy. It's not even fair. They specifically said that Sony blows away their own in-house games. So their own developed games, they're basically just dumping on and saying, Sony's way better than us, man. It's, just give us Call of Duty, give us Activision Blizzard. So, it'll be interesting to see how this goes forward. But it's not just the FTC. It's the EU and the UK that this also has to get through. And, they're already doing the second tier investigations that they have to.
So what's the likelihood at this point? And is there anything else that Microsoft might be asked to do to satisfy the regulators? I mean,
in like a weird kind of way, they said that they would allow or give Call of Duty to Nintendo as well, which Nintendo doesn't play in that space, really. Their console, the Switch, just can't do it. They're also not in cloud gaming at all. They're still testing it, which is wild. But I think the big deal here is what impact exclusivity would have. So the key here is, would they keep Activision Blizzard games only on Microsoft products after this 10-year period goes? And that's a big deal, because the idea would be then, okay, I want to play Call of Duty with my friends. They need to have an Xbox or be subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, so I'm just going to sign up for Game Pass and not sign up for PlayStation. The reality of someone doing that, though, the average gamer, I mean, it's hard to see that happening. Sony just does such great work with their games. They have so many big name games that people want access to that I just can't see people saying, I'm going to ditch Sony entirely. There's a reason why they outsell Xbox, because their first party titles are so good. That said, Microsoft also did recently buy ZeniMax. They make Bethesda games, so things like the Elder Scrolls franchise, Fallout, big name titles that people really want. So now Microsoft has those two. It's starting to look more and more formidable.
Our resident gamer, Dan Howley, thanks so much.